Chapter 33, Fundamentals of Hydraulic and Air over Hydraulic Braking Systems, Day 1, Video 3, Hydraulic Fundamentals. So a rough schematical drawing here that we're looking at for our brake system lets us know the hydraulic brake systems are a very uncomplicated system as opposed to air brake systems. So here we've got the brake pedal. This is where the operator is going to be using the strength of his leg to push down on the pedal, the push rod that makes the connection with the pedal, and our master cylinder. So a couple of things to note here on our master cylinder, using the principles of hydraulics, is that we are taking this is a closed system, right? As we push on this piston, it's going to start to move in, and closed system, since we've got a hydraulic fluid, we cannot compress the fluid, we can only pressurize it. So as I'm moving that piston in on the master cylinder, a little bit of brake fluid will transfer out until these pistons out here on the surface brakes move out and then contact the brake shoes, and then no more movement's going to happen. So as I push harder on this piston, I'm now going to start to increase the pressure in the system. So really on the hydraulic system, we're not really moving or transferring fluid through these lines. We're transferring the pressure that we create in our master cylinder. All right, so as that pressure that I create in here is going to work on all surfaces equally. And if we look through here, the only way we can get any kind of movement here is passing this pressure through and then working on this surface of the piston here on this disc brake, on this one, and then the two pistons here on the wheel cylinders or the slave cylinders. So that pressure is created in here, transferred through the liquid, and then that force is used to work against this surface area here to now, this disc brakes clamp around the rotating disc or push the brake shoes out into the rotating drums. Kind of reviewing here, make sure we talked about everything. Brake pedal is pushed. Push rod exerts force on the piston, causing the fluid in the flow to flow into pressure chamber through the compensating port. We'll talk about that brake master cylinder here a little bit more in some later slides. Increases the pressure in the entire system, right? Forces the brake fluid through the lines towards the calipers and the brake wheel cylinders, drum cylinders, where now that pressure is working on that piston area on the brakes, the brake master cylinder or the wheel cylinders. Caliper applies force to the brake pads that then push into the spinning rotor or drums. That creates the friction, right? And then that causes the braking action to happen and slow the vehicle. When you let up on the brake pedal, the pressure is released, and then the braking, no more braking force is applied, moves back to its original position, and then again, designed as a closed system. The fluid that's in the system stays in the system until we come through and flush it or remove it later on.